Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. I got another Master Duel video for you. I'm gonna do another build and play here. And this time, I want to use one of the new Dominus trap cards. As you can see, I have pulled a playset, or not pulled, I crafted a playset of each of these, and I haven't used these in any decks yet, so I'm looking to see if we can get some good use out of them. I think I'm gonna actually start with Dominus Purge, because the build and play for today, as you probably saw from the title and thumbnail, is in fact going to be for the Blue Eyes deck. So let's just go ahead and get right on into it. Now this is going to be a faster build section than other ones because this is what I would consider to be a fairly solved deck. Now what is a solved deck versus an unsolved deck, right? Like what does that mean? Well, the idea is that there are certain decks out there where you can, build them a ton of different ways, but there are others where it honestly really does come down to there generally being a one best way to play the deck, right? And that is solved versus unsolved. A deck where there's a general consensus on how it should be built and played is solved, and then otherwise is not. Think about Sword Soul, right? Sword Soul Tenyi is a very solved deck insofar as how it's built and how it plays out its lines. Snake Eye, I guess, is an example of an unsolved deck, just because there's so many different ways to play it, and even within each of the variants, there's a ton of different tech options that matter for the engine. Obviously every deck has room as far as hand traps and stuff go, but when it comes to engine, that's mostly what I'm referring to here. Okay, I don't think I'm forgetting any Blue Eyes cards. I'm gonna start with just one Neo Kaiser Seahorse for now. I might put in a second or maybe even a third one. Oh no, I'm forgetting one of the spells. I knew I was forgetting something. It's the Roar. This card, here we go. Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. Am I forgetting any other monsters for the engine? I don't believe that I am, but I could be wrong about that. We'll go ahead and double check towards the end of the build here, which is again going to come up fairly soon because a lot of this is going to be just hand traps and staples from here on out. So Ash Blossom is a fire monster, and Dominus Purge says that if you activate this card from your hand, you cannot activate the effects of dark, water, and fire monsters for the rest of this duel. So you might be wondering, are we playing Purge instead of the Ash Blossom here? And the answer is no, we're actually playing both. I definitely think that this is worth it, because really it's as simple as this, right? If you open Purge but not Ash Blossom, that's very likely not going to be a big deal, as the game very likely won't be long enough for that to really impact, the game state at all. If you open Ash and not Purge, well, then you're fine, because you can just Ash Blossom. If you happen to open both, that's actually still fine, because you can just Ash Blossom, then use Dominus Purge. Also, keep in mind that the lock for this effect will only apply if you activate it from your hand. You can always just set this card and then freely activate Ash Blossoms as well. So I'm really not worried about having these two in the same deck, and neither should you be. I think that it's definitely completely fine to play these both in the same deck here. We're definitely going to want Effect Failures because the Sage ability to add Light Tuners is quite good for that. Let's see. Let's go for Call Buys. I'll take Cross out and then at least a couple of Fualoses. I could see Nib being good. I could see maybe playing some Droll and Lockbirds. I really do feel like I'm forgetting a piece of engine for some reason, though. So maybe let me go ahead to... Let me go to Untapped on the side here and look at this breakdown. Okay, let's see. Breakdown. The Mausoleum. I knew I was forgetting some amount of engine. And possibly Piri Rees maps. You could consider that to be engine as well. But the rest is pretty much all here, so... Let's see. So the Mausoleum... Where is that? Oh, that's right. This card doesn't actually... That's why it wasn't... coming up here. It actually... Oh god, how do you spell this word? Yeah, this card actually does not mention Blue Eyes by name. It just sends normal monsters and cares about who lets you get extra summons for the level 1 Light Tuners. Piri Rees map is definitely a card I would like to play, I think, at least a couple of copies of. I'll put in 3 for now. And then, do I want Nib? Am I fine with Nib? I think I am. Do I want to play Drolls? I think I would like to play some Drolls. Okay, how do I feel about this? It's fine. I'm kind of debating if I want to play a second Neo Kaiser Seahorse instead of the third Piri Reese map. I mean, you always add Sage with the map, right? I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll just keep one Neo Kaiser Seahorse. I like having the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. I do think it is a decent option, but maybe with only one Neo Kaiser Seahorse, we don't actually need it. Because I wouldn't mind. Oh, we haven't put in Magnum Hut yet, so that actually works out perfectly. The other thing I wouldn't mind having is maybe a copy of Triple Tack. Maybe we don't need Nib and we can play it instead of that. I actually like Nibiru, especially if we're going to be playing Fuelos. I think that's not bad. And it's light, so it doesn't interfere with Purge at all. Ash Blossom would be the only thing that does. Okay. Oh shoot, you know what? I should have kept that up because I'm trying to... I don't remember what else is in the extra deck off the top of my head. I mean, I remember most of it, but I just want to, again, double check and make sure. Let me bring that tab back up again. Oh, I didn't put in the Ultimate Spirit Dragon, did I? Grab that from the Blue Eyes here. Where are you? There you are. And then, of course, we want the Crimson Dragon. We want the Sifir. No, we want the Glossy Sifir. There we are. We'll play Baron, because why not? And we'll play Blazar, because why not? Oh, I forgot the Tyrant Dragon as well from the Blue Eyes stuff, as well as Spheres. I want a copy of that. I mean, a lot of the rest of this is pretty, like, open as far as, like, what you want to include for, like, tech options. One thing that I have seen quite a bit recently is the Vermilion, almost had it spelled right there, the Vermilion Dragon Mech. It's another level 9 option that's honestly pretty solid in terms of, like, what it can do. So, definitely wouldn't mind having a copy of that. Is there anything else in particular I really, like, super duper want? I guess Dissipator wouldn't be bad. I think I have that bookmarked. Yeah, here we go. And, you know, even though we are playing Dominus Purge, I guess if we really wanted to, we could still play an SP Little Knight. Because especially this being an extra deck card, it's like, oh, you know, that we'll simply, not make SP in games where we activate Purge. And SP is like our, you know, 15th card here. There probably is a better 15th card I could include. I'm trying to think of what that might be. Ideally, I would have a third Spirit Dragon, but I don't really super want to craft one, and I don't think you super need it either. I'm fine with this, I think. We'll run with this. And we'll go ahead and save. And, alright. Let's change our accessories. You know, it's funny that I said in an earlier video that accessories don't necessarily define what the deck, like, you know, what deck the person is playing. But I absolutely picked the dual field that that matches the aesthetic. I mean, I don't know. When I do it for videos, if I was playing in a tournament, I'd try to go for something relatively neutral. I don't have... Oh, I have the Chaos Blue Eyes Mate. Yeah, there we go. Of course, we have the Royal Blue Eyes front and center, and then I'll do the other two Synchros. That looks good to me. All right. Now, I did D-rank down to Platinum after last season. It was a bit of a shame, too, because I actually made it all the way up to Diamond 1. There's no reason I shouldn't have gotten to Master, but I just didn't play anymore that day, and then by the time I realized, like, oh yeah, I never ranked up to Master. I never played my last few games, and it was too late, so... Whatever, we'll just start back down at Plat. It's no big deal. Alright. Going into our first game of the new season. We are going first. Let's see what we've got as far as our opening hand and what our opponent's on here. Hey, there's Dominus Purge. Yeah, our opponent has to control a card for us to be able to use that from hand, so it's actually a little worse than Ash Blossom in a situation like this. Do I want a Piri-Reese map? No, in case they have Duel and Lockbird. I think I'm just going to go ahead and normal summon this Sage here. I mean, if they have Joel, that's still going to suck for us anyway, but this sucks, like, slightly less if they have Joel and Lockbird than if we just mapped for a Sage that we already have in hand. Alright. Let's activate Maiden F. I already have Wishes in hand, so we could set the Trap card. Max C. That's completely fine. Not used in response to a summon, which gives us pretty free reign on how we want to proceed, knowing that we're playing under Max C. Yeah, let's definitely activate this. And set... Yeah, we'll set Majesty here. So we can still Wishes. We can just discard the map. That's completely fine. We can add an Effect Veiler. Now here's the question. Do I want to give them a draw to make the Majesty live? Would add another piece of disruption again in exchange for giving them a draw? It would also allow True Light to summon a Blue Eyes during their turn, which wouldn't be bad. Does this destroy during the... No, it just says I can't summon. I could go into Spirit and give them 2 draws and have 2... I think that's actually worth it because they give them 2 draws, but I gain a total of 3 more disruption. I'm going to do it. Okay, so there's draw number 1. And... no, we don't need a special deck, because I'm just going to end on 1 Spirit here. And there's draw number 2. So, yeah, we gave them 2 draws, but now we have Majesty's pop effect, we have the Graveyard effect negative Spirit, and this can still go into Ultimate as well. Which will obviously be an Omni Negate. So I think 2 draws for 2 more pieces of interaction is already worth it. But the fact that we might get to use Spirit's effect as well, I think is the kind of the cherry on top for me. It is a little risky, of course. Interesting. I saw they had the Cyber Dark in the graveyard is activated. Okay, so what is this? Sorry, what is this adding? A Machine Cyber Dark monster from deck to hand. Yeah, I'll Dominus Purge that. I think that's fine. Yeah, I saw they had a Cyber Dark deck box, but I was wondering if they're actually going to be on it. I'll Purge here. Let's see what they follow up with. The other nice thing about, and why I'm kind of waiting on Spirit Dragon potentially, okay, so the Mega Fleet summons from the EMZ. Yeah, the EMZ. It's not any special summoned monster, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's something from the EMZ. Yeah, okay, so... Alright, what does this do? You can discard 1 card, add 1 Power Bond from your deck to your hand. You can only use discard or sent to the graveyard. Okay, these are both fine. I'll just Veiler if they activate the effect. It does also require a discard, which is pretty good. For me, if they do choose to activate it and then I Veiler it, I mean. So if they activate this and I Veiler, which is happening right now. Oh, they pitched Overload Fusion. Okay, that's interesting. The question I was about to ask is, do I want to then, in the next chain link, activate Spirit? So that way I can go into Ultimate Dragon in case they try to activate another spell that fuses. Shoot, I don't remember what Rampage Dragon does off the top of my head. Like, I don't remember if I'll get a chance to pop it with Majesty. I think I will. I know it gets multiple attacks. This should be fine. I'm just going to leave this for now. This is also assuming they have another fusion spell in hand, but they pitched Overload Fusion, which kind of makes me think they do. Okay, they're going for Vert Anaconda. Yes, perfect. Beautiful. So I do get to use Spirit's effect here, which is excellent that I got use out of that. And... do I want to activate Spirit's other effect now? Also, when that card is activated, also you cannot... Okay, so... I'm trying to think if I want to do this or if I want to just pop the Vert Anaconda with Majesty. I think I'm just going to pop it, actually. So, we'll just do that now. That's fine. Okay. Blue Eyes, and pop you. And then we negate that effect. And I think I will actually just activate Spirit Dragon effect here. For Ultimate Spirit Dragon. The thing that's a little risky about that is if they have another Cyber Dragon, they can just special it, but that also doesn't do anything by itself. Okay, there we go. So I think the reason that Maxi at that timing from that opponent there was a misplay is because it completely informed how I was able to play my turn, right? I see people saying like, oh, Hex has to always use Maxi in response to a special summon effect. I don't think it's necessarily that, because if you watch some of my games on the channel, you'll notice that I'll fire off Maxis when I think my opponent's about to like Link or Seeker or Xyz summon sometimes, right? I think it's more about catching them in a moment where they either have to awkwardly end their turn or awkwardly give you a lot of draws to continue. Either way, I think that awkwardness is what you should be looking for. And with that opponent just there, you know, by firing off Maxi so early into my turn, they set me up in a situation where, as you saw, I was able to effectively plan around it. That's how I think you should use Maxi, as more of a gotcha card instead of just like, you know, assuming it'll end the opponent's turn. There's a lot of times where it will, but, you know, there's also, like, a degree of skill to playing into a Maxi in a situation like that, and if your opponent expresses that skill, then it becomes a lot more important to use, it becomes a lot more important to use Maxi as a sort of gotcha card in those kinds of situations. This hand is very good. We have Sage, we have Wishes, we have a Blue Eyes to pitch with it. That seems not too shabby to me. We even have the Call By as well. Opponent might have a Maxi or Fuelos over there. It's hard to tell sometimes if they get past priority, like during the draw phase. That is also like a game glitch sometimes, I've noticed. Kind of like it is here. I don't know, maybe, potentially. But sometimes it does mean they have Maxi or something. They did get past priority there, which is a bit more of an indication they do have something. If they had Droll, they would have used it there. I'm guessing they have Valor or Imperm, and they're waiting for a more opportune time to use. I think I would have Valor or Imperm the Sage, though, if that's the case. Let me activate the set effect and see if they have a response to that. Okay, it doesn't look like they do. We'll set Majesty, because we're already holding the Wishes in hand. I don't think they have Ash Blossom either, because you'll notice they're getting past priority after my effect resolves. If it was Ash Blossom in response to Sage, they would have gotten past priority when I, went to activate the effect here. All right, we're going to pitch Blue Eyes for Wishes, and we're going to add Roar and Valor. Okay, let's activate Roar and see if they're just holding on to that Maxi. They're not holding onto a Maxi. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I don't have a Blue Eyes to send with Mausoleum, though. I just realized that. Is that fine? I actually don't remember if that's fine or not. Well, I'm looking for the text on Mausoleum, right? Okay. Do I have another way to... Okay, let's activate the Wishes effect to equip the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate. I'm trying to think if I have another way to bring back a Blue Eyes. I might have screwed up a little bit here by pitching that Blue Eyes from my hand. Well, I can just look at the text of Mausoleum right here. I did screw up by sending that Blue Eyes from my hand to the graveyard. Otherwise, I could still do the combo line as normal. Okay, if that's the case, then are we just going into one... Well, let's add the Mausoleum anyway. Because we're not going to be going into 2 spirits at this rate, right? Let me just do this real quick. I could extra normal summon the Valor, go into an SP plus spirit. I don't love that. Oh, this special summons a blue eyes. I completely forgot about that. Okay, that is... okay, so yeah, I can just normal summon the Veiler. Alright. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. I don't like using Veiler like this, but it's fine. Because you're supposed to target this with the Mausoleum, and that's how you get your extra body. But again, I don't have an extra blue eyes to send, so... alright, let's extra summon the Veiler. Make spirit with you, and you. And now we shall make another spirit with you and you. I'm fine giving up Veiler for a second spirit. That is 100% worth it. What do you have? Almost makes you want to not set called by. Almost, but I'm gonna do it. Is it a lab? It's nothing. Wow. I thought it was gonna be lab furniture. Alright, let's see what they do here. End of the main phase. Going into battle phase? It is. Okay, so evenly? Alright, I'm thinking if I want to Crimson Dragon right now, and if I do that, I need to go into Sifir. I guess, do I think they have, what are the odds they actually have two evenlies here? But I don't think there's necessarily a reason to activate this spirit just yet, so I'm gonna wait. And we will negate that. It was furniture! Pitching rollback. Oh no, pitching... wait, pitching rollback is fine. Okay, I'm gonna call by the Draglier. Let me think for a second. So if they roll back evenly, I need another negate for it, which means I need to do this now. And go into Blazar. And then on the open chain, or not open chain, when I get past priority after this chain link ends, I can activate Crimson Dragon F to go into Blazar before they can activate... they could chain rollback. Oh, that's a problem. That's not a problem, actually. If they chain... well, it's a... okay. Now, this isn't a problem, because now I can go... chain... let me think for a second. I chain Crimson Dragon. And I think I just go into Sifir and keep that, and then I can protect against the True Light F. With Sifir F. Because Sifir is not an activated effect. It just says the first time, yeah, each card would be destroyed. It is not destroyed. That can still negate another monster effect if they have one. Because Blazar will just get... yeah. Yeah, we have to do it this way. So keep everything but Sifir, and then Sifir will protect itself from the True Light F. Okay. Oh no! Wait! I don't get to... No! Because rollback's from the graveyard, so I don't get to keep anything! Oh, right. Of course, of course. Ooh, okay, that's a lot more of an issue. That's a lot more of an issue. Because our whole engine is gone at this point now, too. Oh, this is gross. Okay. Oh, yeah, we definitely want to... I just want to get, like, at least one draw. I don't think I'll get another draw out of this turn, but that's fine. If I can cycle this Maxi for even one card right now, that's completely fine. That's not a good draw. I mean, it does let us make Spirit, but Spirit only adds Mausoleum from deck to hand, right? Yeah. We're not drawing at all here. Are you kidding me? Okay. Ooh, that's not a good draw either. I mean, really, if you look at our deck here, courtesy of the Untapped Companion, I have some people ask how, you know, I get the deck list and the timer. That's from the Untapped Companion, link in the description, by the way. But if we look at our deck here, I mean, we really don't have a ton left as far as, like, engine goes, right? Like, I say these were bad draws, but what could I have really drawn into in this situation? Maybe Magnum Hut? Like, plus a Neo Kaiser Seahorse to go into a Baron? Like, exactly those two cards? I guess Magnum Hut could have also searched the Neo Kaiser Seahorse. So Magnum Hut would have been a great top deck, but that's one card in my deck, right? Sages don't really do anything here. Maidens don't do anything here. No, Maiden actually can play True Light from the graveyard. So I guess... we're just trying to get to a Maiden. If we can live that long. Which we might. I mean, it's Lab. There's a decent shot they don't just OTKS. I feel like if this was like Welcome and Big Welcome, they would have done that during the end phase to snipe cards from my hand, right? Nope, I guess not. I guess maybe you don't do it during the end phase. Well, yeah, wouldn't you want to do it during the end phase so then you could use them during, like, you could use the other effects during your turn as well? I mean, I'm not a Lab expert by any means, but that's just, like, my opinion, man. Okay, Wishes actually, if we get to keep it here, would not be bad, but we don't, so, okay, never mind. Yeah, we're just gonna lose at this point, because they do 5,900 damage here. If I top deck Maiden, oh, they're gonna do more than that. 45 plus, so that's 7,500 right there. If I top deck Maiden, place True Light, that only summons a Blue Eyes and doesn't really do much else. Yeah, they can have it. GG, GG. Let's do one more. Let us do one more. So that was interesting. We did call right that it was a Labyrinth. I'm trying to think of how I could have played out that turn maybe a little bit better. Winning all 3 coin flips here. I mean, they kind of just had it, right? Like, the evenly Chandragolier rollback was so brutal. I don't know if there's a way we really could have played through that. Unless we had made Blazar a little bit sooner. I think that's what we should have done. Because I was thinking about the second rollback, or the second evenly, rather. But I just didn't consider it coming off of a rollback. I don't know that that's a very easy thing to intuit, honestly. But anyway. We open Maiden, so that's enough for plays here. True Light F. Activate. Set 1 spell trap card that mentions Blue Eyes. Yes. I don't know why I had to think about that. But it's Wishes that we want. And then I can just Wishes discard Valor here, because I'm going to add another Valor off of Sage anyway. We're getting Roar and Sage. Alright, normal summon Sage. And I can add another effect Veiler. We already have Mausoleum, but we make Spirit anyway. Spirit with Eyes of Blue, I mean. Because we need to revive a Blue Eyes, right? Yeah. And then Maiden F. So when this is targeted, I can special a Blue Eyes or a level 1 Light Tuner from the graveyard. I could actually just bring back the Veiler that's in the graveyard. But I need to make Spirit anyway, so let's just do that. Again, to bring back the Blue Eyes, right? So now we can activate Mausoleum. Mausoleum F, target Maiden, and then... Nope, not that. Wait, I didn't get Maiden's F? Why not? The card effect that targets this card on the field. You can special summon 1 Blue Eyes. Is activated that targets this card on the field. Yeah, I had level 1 Light Tuners in my graveyard. Oh, it's a when! Wait, but I didn't activate Ash Blossom, right? I don't know, weird. Anyway, I guess we'll just normal summon this Veiler. I'm sure that's a very simple thing that I'm just, like, overlooking because I'm not very, super experienced with this deck. But, yeah, we'll do the Wishes F. I forgot to make the Tyrant Dragon last time, but I don't know how important it is to do that. I mean, I think this is more important to do if you're actually, like, gonna use the Tyrant Dragon to, like, battle with, right? But, I mean, to be fair, you can't summon the Tyrant Dragon... Let's extra normal summon our Veiler while I'm thinking about it. You can't summon the Tyrant Dragon without the Neo Blue Eyes equipped anyway, so... It's like you might as well. There's kind of no reason not to. I guess there... I mean, there are reasons out there not to, but they're... fewer than the reasons to do it, I think. Okay. No. Alright, so we have Ash Purge, Double Spirit. When a card or effect that targets this card... Interesting. Okay, so LZ... You know, I'm gonna activate Purge specifically here because I really don't want this Ash Blossom to get called by it. I really want to negate this LZ. Okay, they don't have... Because I got past priority back immediately, so they don't have a call by or anything like that. We can negate that with one of the Blue Eyes Fs. I could also just activate this Spirit Dragon now as well. I'll do that on an open... I keep saying open chain, like that's not how it works. I'll do it after I get past priority again, I think. Yeah, like now. So we can still use the first effect of this Spirit in particular if we need to. Which actually against this deck, White Forest, it almost assuredly will come up again. No. How about no? No, thank you. Please don't do that. Yeah, they don't have any other Light Fiends to work with the Engraver, so they have LZ and 3 unknown cards in hand. If they go normal summon Sylvie, I think I'll negate that with Ultimate Spirit, and then once I get past priority again, just go straight into the Siphier. Okay, or they could just concede. Yeah, like I was saying before, the reason I didn't go straight into Crimson Dragon Siphier right away is because of the fact that the level 9 Spirit Dragon's graveyard effect negation is a soft once per turn. So my second Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon actually had the ability to negate a card effect that activates in the graveyard as well. I think that's something that's pretty important to do with Blue Eyes. Like, now there are times, of course, where you do just need to fire it off, but I also think there's a lot of the time where it's better to hold the Spirit Dragon, because I see a lot of people who, like, the first time they get past priority will immediately do Spirit Dragon into, you know, Ultimate Spirit Dragon, Crimson Dragon into Siphier, like when the opponent does their first action. But I prefer, of course, when possible, to wait to get use out of the Spirit F, because otherwise you're just missing out on negates, right? It's a very specific kind of negate, but it comes up decently often, so... Alright, I think that is going to go ahead and do it. Thanks for joining me for this build and play for the Blue Eyes deck. I think for the next build and play, we'll do a deck that plays Dominus Impulse. I have a couple in mind, I just don't know which one I'm going to pull the trigger on first. But thanks again, as always, and let's move on now to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which, by the way, is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.